Hey guys, it's Danny. Welcome back to my channel. For today's VIDMAS video, I wanted to share with you guys my crafty favorites of 2018. It's been a while since I've done a crafty favorites video of any kind, really. So I thought it would be fun to share with you guys what I am loving and enjoying in my craft room this year. So the first category is tools, and I have a few, and I will leave all the categories down below so that you guys can do your own crafty favorites video, because I would love to see your guys' favorites. So if you make a video, leave a link below so I can watch it. But the first category is tools, and I have a few. I could not pick just one because I'm the worst. But my first favorite is my Tim Holtz Tiny Attacher. I've been reaching for this all year long for all sorts of projects, for just regular old stapling with teeny tiny adorable staples, of course, but also for adding decoration to projects. So it's fun to add a little decorative staple or two just to add a fun little detail, a fun little touch. So I'm loving the Tim Holtz Tiny Attacher, and I will leave a link to this as well as everything else I mentioned down below in the description bar in case you guys want to try any of these things for yourself. But this is great, highly recommend, never had any problems. I've had it for a few years and it's never steered me wrong. I have also been loving my We Are Memory Keepers Power Punch. So this one I've had for about a year. I think I got it right before VIDMAS last year because I was doing December daily and I wanted to be able to punch holes into the pocket pages that I was using in my album. This thing is amazing. It is the 1/4 inch. Both of these little black sections I think flip up so you can see kind of what you're doing. At least this one does. That's how I use it the most, is I'll flip open this little guy so I can see where I'm actually punching. This thing is awesome. It will punch through anything pretty much that I've tried anyway, including chipboard, the plastic pages like I've mentioned. So this thing is great. It also does have this little adjustable feature thing here. So if you want to punch a bunch of pages and you want to make sure that the punch measurement is the same in all of them, you can adjust this little measurement thing. It also has this little lock, which is great. It's really easy. You just slide it down to open and slide it up to lock it, and it just kind of makes the tool a little bit more compact, which I really enjoy. So this thing is amazing. Highly recommend it as well. And then the last tool is kind of my ride or die forever, and that is the EK Tools Precision Scissors. So these are amazing. I've had these for several years now. They're my go-to pair of scissors. I feel like I'm always losing them though, so I should probably buy some backups. But these are amazing. I love how tiny they are. They are great for general cutting, but really great for like things like fussy cutting or trimming off washi or any kind of detail cutting that you need to do. They are non-stick, which is great, especially if you are working with washi tape and adhesives, because nothing will stick to these blades. They are super sharp. I've had them for several years. I've never had to resharpen them or have any problems cutting at all. And they're also really great as kind of like a pickup tool. Sometimes I will use these like to kind of lift off some jemmies and kind of place them, you know, and do that whole, I don't know how to describe it. I'm sure you've seen me do it in some of my videos, but these are amazing. I highly recommend these as well. If you were to get anything that I recommend in this video, it would probably be these. I just love them so much. The next category in my crafty favorites of 2018 are my favorite supplies. So this part will seem sponsored, but it's not. These are my true feelings. Basically anything Tombow is my favorite supply. So I love the Tombow Mono Twin marker. It has dual tips, which is great. It has a fine tip that is perfect for writing or journaling, and then a bold tip, which is also great. So I love to use this to write on difficult to write on surfaces like mixed media things, art journal pages, things like that, as well as photos. So if you want to experiment with journaling on top of photos, like a negative space or whatever, try the Mono Twin because it dries instantly. It's a permanent marker, and I love that it has the two tips, so you could like bold some of your words and then write the rest in the fine tip. So I highly recommend this. My next favorite are the Tombow Mono drawing pens. I just have the one here. This is the 03, but it also comes in a 05 and a 01, so there are 3 point sizes. These are amazing as well. I love the tip of the pen. It's like a nice little felty, I don't know, tip on there. It's really great. It writes super black. This is perfect for planners, bullet journalers, any kind of writing that you want to do. If you want to write on cards or write a letter, this little guy is great. You can also use it for drawing and like outlining your lettering even. So I'm loving these. These are great. I reach for them all the time. Again, I'm misplacing them always because I just use them so much and I just set them down and forget where they are. But luckily I have a bunch, so it's okay. And then the next supplies I have are probably the things I reach for the most as far as supplies, and that is the Tombow Extreme Adhesive. This thing is amazing. It is my favorite adhesive. It can glue on anything, even glitter paper or like the rough back of chipboard pieces or anything, vellum, acetate, all the things. This is your go-to, even like on the outside of pocket pages, which is amazing for, you know, people who do Project Life or making pocket letters or whatever. This stuff is great. I reach for this all the time. And then the final supply that I love is the Tombow Mono Adhesive Plus Permanent. So I reach for this blue one for any kind of just general gluing or adhering of things to other things. And then the Extreme I use for kind of more specialty surfaces. So yeah, so I definitely recommend both of these as well. I would say if you're debating trying one or the other, I would go for the Extreme. Like, this one is great, don't get me wrong. I use it constantly all the time, but this one is just so much fun because you can, you know, glue so many more weird things. So I would try this one if you are debating between the two, but they're both amazing. The next Crafty favorite is my favorite collections of the year. So these are like paper collections that are put out by all the different companies. So I have a few. Again, I'm so terrible, I'm the worst. But my favorites are the Crepe Paper Heart Day. I use that one a lot towards the beginning of the year, and I just love the colors. It's very on brand for PopFizzPaper. So there's black and white and a lot of pink, even some gold glitter in there. So of course I love it so much. I wish there was a little bit more variety within the collection itself, so it wasn't all like Valentine's-y focused. But other than that, I love that collection so much, mainly for the colors and like the imagery and things. And then the next collections are actually Halloween collections. So I love my friend Serena B's Spooky Pastel. I used it a bunch in my October daily, as well as just general crafting during Creepy Crafty days. So if you have not checked out her collections, I will leave a link to her shop down below. Her stuff is amazing. She was the originator of the whole spooky pastel or Pasteloween thing. Like, she started that a few years ago. So, and then it kind of caught on, and yeah, so I feel like she doesn't get enough credit for that. So definitely go check out her spooky pastel collection. Again, I will leave a link. All of her collections are amazing though. Her Christmas ones are some of my favorites too. There's like a Grinchy themed one, it's so fun. And then my last favorite collection for the year was actually from Recollections by Michaels. It was their Moonlit Manor, and I just fell in love with the vibes. It's very spooky and kind of like occult, and there's like tarot stuff in there and like palm reading and psychic things and skulls of different kinds. It was really cool, and I really enjoyed that one as well. I love the kind of darker, more muted vibes of it too. Yeah, so that one was really fun. I do have a few favorite projects from the year. So the first one is my One Little Word album, which I will leave a link to those videos down below. I haven't worked on it in a while just because with Creepy Crafty days and like stuff with my mom and now VIDMAS, like I haven't had the time. But I love what I've done with that album so far, and I will finish it. I might just do some journaling in there to kind of wrap up the album, but it's one of my favorite projects because it lets me focus on me and my personal growth and things I want to work on for me in a very visual format. I am a very visual person, so being able to see my progress and growth throughout the year, you know, in a visual, tactile format has been really helpful and insightful, and I feel like I've grown so much more just from being able to see and touch, you know, the album and kind of really have a concrete way of seeing my progress through the year. That was my word, by the way, this year was progress. So yeah, so to be able to see it in an album and to be able to look back at that later on is really great. One of the other projects that I'm really proud of this year was the Happy Mail that my friend Serena and I worked on together for our friend Sabrina Ann. Serena came to visit me in September/October, and kind of everywhere that we went, we took this picture of Sabrina that we printed out and took selfies with her, and she took pictures in all the places. And we even bought her some things, you know, from the different places that we went. But at the end of the trip, we made this little mini album for Sabrina of all the pictures, places that she went to. So that was really fun. I love that she loved it so much. I love that Serena and I were able to collaborate on a project together for our other friend. So that was really amazing, and I'm so glad that we did that, and I'm so happy that Sabs enjoyed it as well. So the last kind of project that I worked on this year and am continuing to work on is my Crafty Club Patreon. So I am loving it over there. We have our own private Facebook group and people share things, and it's just really amazing to get to connect with the members and get to see their creativity and be inspired by them, as well as share like extra stuff and exclusive videos and things. So that's really fun. That's an ongoing project that I hope to see continue to grow, but it was a really big step for me to even start the Crafty Club. It was really kind of a leap of faith type thing to embark upon, to trust that there was value in what I create here on YouTube and off of YouTube, and that people valued that and wanted more of that. So if you would like to join the Crafty Club, I will leave a link to it down below. Like I said, it's a lot of fun. You can even get Happy Mail from me, so if you're totally into that, definitely check it out. But yeah, so that's kind of a crafty project, kind of not really, but kind of yes. Next for my crafty favorites of 2018 are my favorite fellow YouTubers. So of course my friends Serena and Sabrina, I will leave links to their channels down below, as well as everybody else that I mentioned. My friend Alice started making videos this year, so go check out her channel and subscribe, because I know you guys will love what she makes. It's so super cute. Of course, I'm loving Allie Edwards still. You know, everything she makes, I can love the vibe of it, and I love her focus on stories. I'm also loving Victoria Marie here on YouTube, so again, I will leave a link to her channel down below. She also does documenting things. And then I also have really been enjoying a card maker named Carrie Webster. I just feel like she's very approachable, and she's taught me a lot of good tips. I mean, obviously I enjoy the big card makers on YouTube and I will watch their stuff sometimes, but I like to be inspired by people that, I don't know, just seem more normal and create projects that I feel like I could recreate. So definitely go check out all the people I mentioned. Again, I will leave their links to their channels down below for you guys. But who has been your favorite crafty YouTuber this year? I want to know. Leave me a comment down below. Bonus points if you leave a link so I can just click it. That'd be amazing. But yeah, let me know who you've really been enjoying this year. And you don't have to say me. It's fine. It's fine. But I'm really, really curious. I want some new people to follow. So leave me your suggestions down below. And then the last category that I'm doing this year is my things to try next year. So you guys kind of know my vibe, what I do, what I create here on YouTube. So the thing that I would actually like to try more of next year is more like DIY projects. Like the Hocus Pocus book that I made. Like that was so much fun to make that, and I never really do that kind of stuff. I feel like part of it is just time, because those projects take more time. But I think it'd be really fun to kind of explore creating more things like that. Obviously, I will continue with the paper crafting and the memory keeping and the Happy Mail and all the things like that, but I think it would be really fun to sprinkle in kind of some more DIY things, like the Hocus Pocus book kind of vibe. So if you're not sure what I'm talking about when I say the Hocus Pocus book, I will leave the link to my video down below. I tried a tutorial by Sea Lemon to make the book from Hocus Pocus, and it turned out amazing. Like, I'm proud of it, so proud of it. But yeah, I think that would be really fun. So if you guys are into me trying more kind of DIY projects like that, definitely let me know down in the comments, okay? And what kind of things you'd want to see. So those are my crafty faves of 2018. I am so curious to hear what your crafty favorites are. Again, if you make a video with these same prompts, leave a link to it down below so I can check it out. But that is it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you are not already, and I will see you guys in my next video.